For the second time, I'm recording a Swiss watch. Also, for the second time, I'm recording in a horizontal scape. It'll be easier for you to watch now. I am Wimin and today I'm gonna present to you the another watch from my collection. I inherited this one just like the last Swiss watch, also from my grandfather. Namely, he received this watch as a gift from his company, 7 July IPK Crvenka. And this is a city in Serbia. IPK stands for Industrial Agriculture Combine. Now I'll not talk about the history of this brand, but I'll just say that is very interesting because one Serbian man practically put the company back on its feet. If I find it somewhere, I'll put a link into the description down below. Reference number of this one is 47051. The period in which this watch was produced is from 1960 to 1969. In practical, this model has been worn since 1918, which is more than 40 years. Imagine that. As this watch is not so popular, I couldn't find a special name for this model anywhere, but my grandfather called it tedious because he had to wind up every day. This is another vintage watch. Some will say that is similar to the previous recorded watch, and I somewise agree with that. It has a white dial. It has acquired a cream color over time. All markers and hands are in steel color, and there is a black bar across them, as you can see. This applies to everything except the minute hand above. Actually above all the markers, and on the hands for hour and minutes there is a very bad illumination which is unusable, and at least I hope it was better when the watch was new. In the lower part of the dial, as you can see, there is a marker that the watch was made in Switzerland or Swiss made. Above that marker says that the watch has 17 joules, while in the upper part it says Nivada and its logo. The glass is plastic, actually plexiglass, as you can hear, which has a lot of small scratches and several large ones on the sides. All this contributes to the difficulty of reading watch. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to say that this watch has a complication on the date of a 3 o'clock position. The case of this body is made of some bad steel. In fact, the steel is only on the surface, while there is a brass alloy under it. The case is somewhere square in shape, which is not very common, and I like it. Its width, it's 34 millimeters without a crown, and thickness is a little bit more than 8 millimeters, while from lug to lug is only 40 millimeters. The width of the bracelet here is 20 millimeters, and actually here is also 20 millimeters. The crown is of course not screwed down. With that crown we wind up the watch, and when it's pulled out at the first stage, the time is set. There is probably to quick set the date. As you know, the bracelet is not original. The old one was torn off a long time ago. It was leather, but quite decent quality. I also had to open it. The cover, it's a screw. The logo, the reference number, and some of other information about the case are imprinted on it. In addition, there is engraving, which I talk about at the beginning of the video. There is a manual winding mechanism under the case back. I don't know the exact mark of the watch, but I will insert a picture to see. It's quite clean and precise because I took it the watchmaker for service 2 years ago. It has 17 joules, as it said on the dial here. runs on 18,000 vibration per hour, which is 5 vibration per second. Power reserve is about 38 hours, but it's a good habit to wind up every day at the same time. That way you will always have a watch winded and ready to wear it. Daily deviation are about 8 seconds, which is not so bad for this class of the mechanism and for the year of the production. For the first time, I'm gonna do a wrist shot. This doesn't mean I didn't want to put the previous models on my wrist, but I am not edited the video. And here we are. It's a wrist shot. What do you think about it? I believe you like this shape of this slightly different watch. I did. However, this is now a part of a history, and I still inherited this watch, which is only means that I prefer to wear it. I will change his glass into the future, and that will go great for it. I hope the people will continue to wear watches like this in the future, and that they will never go into oblivion. Those are my thoughts on the watch. Thank you so much for all of you who watched the video till the end. I hope you liked this video. If so, then check out my other videos on the channel. Goodbye, I'll catch you in the next one.